Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Ania's Word, and I'm back again with another video. Before we get into it, you already know what I'm gonna say. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. I'm just happy that you're here. And yeah, let's get into the fucking video.
Every time he texts, yeah, he know I'm gonna slide. He's surprised that his brother wanna fuck, but I ain't even let him, cause he always bustin' nuts. He's surprised, boy, don't look me in my eyes. You already knew, so don't fuck up on my high. He's surprised that his family keep it tucked, but if they see me, yeah, it's up and it's stuck. He fucking with the boss bitch. When he with me, he don't gotta ask the cost is. I leave him in a coffin. If he leave me, then he know what the cost is. Surprise, nigga, open wide.
Hey, what's up, you guys? We're officially in the video. I don't even know how to start this, because I feel like not a lot of people are gonna like this topic, only because they don't really what is the word that I could say? Because I feel like there's a lot of people who are spiritual, who do believe in a lot of stuff, but everybody has different beliefs. I'm not doing this so that you could believe what I believe in, or you could be like, oh, this is like, I gotta follow what she... No, I'm not doing that. This isn't that over here. So if you have pressed on the video and you are like really interested in this topic, I'm not shoving down what I believe in or what I like. I'm not shoving this down your throat. This is just me sharing my experience. But I also want to say, like, I've been trying to refrain so much from talking about my spirituality, only because I know that a lot of people don't, like, ever since spirituality has went mainstream, everybody wants to be like, oh, I'm spiritual, I'm this, I'm that, and I don't want to be like, look at me, I'm spiritual, I light candles, I do the full moon. Like, I'll post about my zodiac sign, but I don't go too much deep into my spiritual stuff and stuff that happened to me. So today I want to be like a little bit more open about what I went through, why I became spiritual, or like things that made me like realize that I was spiritual. If you guys have any of these like situations, just comment them. So if you guys don't know, I practice I'm not gonna I was like, if you guys don't know, I practice, but I don't want to tell you guys what I practice. I just practice some sort of witchcraft. And I know that sounds very weird to people. You're like, let me click off, that's the devil. It's not. I do practice full moons. I practice sage. I do a lot of protection stuff. If you are looking for somebody to tell you about love spells and all of that, I don't do that. I can actually have a lot of stories about love spells. But today we're going to be talking about my intuition. How I should have known that I was spiritual, how I should have just like realized that I have a magical power. So let's get into it. There's this thing called premonitions. I'll put up the definition right here, and I'm going to tell you. So premonitions are just things that you receive in your dreams about the future, or things that are going to happen. I have a couple stories about this, and I feel like I'm going to start light. When I was younger, I know that it was a couple 3-4 years ago, before I went into I know I was turning 16, so it's before I went into my sophomore year or my freshman year. I was having like repetitive dreams about my father, and in these dreams it felt like I needed to contact him. And this was like my first time I ever felt like the pressure of a dream like reach into my real life and be like, you need to do something. Because this was the first time where I was like, okay, yeah, even though I don't talk to my father's abusive, I need to contact him. So my dad never changed his number. My dad has had the same number ever since I've been alive. He has never changed it. I can always reach out and call that man because it's his number, and I know he gonna pick up. So So my mom calls his phone and he answers. He says, hello. So then in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's good. My mom's like, okay, you can stop worrying, stop asking. He's okay. If you want to talk to him, call him yourself. And then we're basically like, good. Okay, nothing's wrong. I then forget about it, and 2-3 months came. No, this happened 2-3 months, and then 2-3 months happened, and it was the summertime of me going to my sophomore year. There we go. That's what I'm getting fucked up. 2-3 months after this happened, so this happened like around April, and then in May, when it was time, like we started going on summertime, my father texts my mom, and I'm not gonna get too much into that conversation because it really is personal, but he says he wants to talk to me. We have a conversation. He's going off on me. And then he texts my mom and he says, well, what do you want? What money do you want from me? Like every black father who thinks that he does stuff for his children. What do you want from me? I almost died. I have been through a whole bunch of surgeries. I've been through one surgery and I almost died and had to go into a second one. I have no money. I have all this. But then to me, it was like, what the fuck? He almost died. Even though I don't care, it was the fact that a couple months ago, I was having this urge to call him. These like, I need to contact him. I need to reach out to him. And then when I heard he was alive, it was like, okay, I'm good. And then a couple months later, to figure out that he almost died from surgery. And that was my first like ever situation where I was like, what the fuck? Like, I basically called that, but I didn't really like say anything, only because I felt as though it didn't matter. You know, in the moment, it didn't matter. And I didn't see it as something spiritual. I just seen it as, okay, he almost died. So my second situation was when I had friendships. Oh my God, I had friends. Yes. So I had friends. Me and this girl's were very rocky, weird friendship, and it was always rocky in this friendship. So there was one night, I was 17 at the time. This was my first time ever doing this. I was going through a lot of depression, and I went to sleep. And I remember I was sleeping and I was having this really weird dream where all of these girls are in my dream. And I remember waking up and I was like, why do I feel betrayal, right? And the first time I woke up, I was like, I woke up out of my dream and I'm like, they're going to betray me. They're going to. Because it wasn't this like, you know when you wake up and you just wake up and be like, oh, that dream was scary, but I don't know what it's about. No, when I know I'm having a premonition, I wake up and I'm saying, that dream is now lingering in my real life and I need to do something about it. So then I was like, it's just a dream. They're not going to betray me and I'm okay. A couple days later, I have a second dream. And this dream, all of them are in it again and they're betraying me. And I wake up from this dream and I'm like, hey you guys, this is my second time I've had a dream about betrayal. Like, if you guys got something to say to me, just say it now. And they're like, oh, you're probably just thinking that it's betrayal because you have like a guilty conscience, like you're gonna betray us. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I was like, okay, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm just having dreams. And then 2 months later, we all had a falling out where this felt like the biggest betrayal in my life. And I don't want to go too much into like details because I also have a story time that I've been doing, but I just haven't posted part 3 and part 4. But I felt so betrayed by them as friends, as you could call whatever we were, whatever our friendship was, but I felt betrayal. And I kind of just left that friendship being like, okay, I'm good, I'll move on, I'm okay. And while I'm moving on, my depression gets worse, it gets bad. But then also you have to remember, I had a second dream about betrayal. And I'm just living my life, I'm thinking that this was why I was having the dreams. And then guess what? In those dreams, I'm telling you, I felt betrayal. But the second dream felt more stronger than the first one, to the point that's why I told the girls about it. And I felt like the betrayal felt so fucking close to me. Remember how I was saying, like, that betrayal felt so bad. Like, I thought that was the betrayal the dreams were telling me about. But the reason why I had 2 dreams is because not even a month after the friendship falling outing, person that was very close to my family came into our house and assaulted my family. This was one of the worst things that I've ever went through in 2020. And this was one of the things that God basically warned me about, that the betrayal was coming from the inside. And it was the fact that God or the universe said, okay, girl, you're about to get betrayed by somebody. and they're going to be really close to you, and it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. And then when this second thing happened, in the matter of 2 months, it felt like I need to start taking what the universe is telling me in my dreams more serious. Because if I'm having these dreams and I am sitting up here living out these dreams, these are a gift that I have that I need to pay attention to. So my second story was, I had another dream, and this dream I felt like I was getting kidnapped. And this one not as big, because I don't know, let me explain it. I was getting kidnapped. Something was happening to me. Somebody was after me, and I felt scared. I didn't have a job at the time, but then I also got an offer to go start a job, and that's what I did. I started a job that following week after that dream. I told my family, I was like, I just had a dream about somebody kidnapping me, and they're like, stop talking about it, don't talk it into existence, let it be. I then am working at Walmart, and it's late at night, and this is what happening. Like, this is around George Floyd is happening, and I'm just really keeping my distance. It's COVID. I don't want to be in no conversation, right? Because I'm at work. I don't want to be involved in it. I was involved in it, but I don't want to be involved in it in my workspace. This Mexican woman came to my cash register, and she's just putting her stuff in. She has a mask, and she's talking very low and stumbling over her words. She's telling me like she's basically saying, like people like me and you, and she's talking like this. And then at that point I was like, oh, she's trying to bring up George Floyd and what's happening, and she's saying that people like me and her, and she's wanting me to meet her eye to eye. I'm checking out her stuff, and she just starts telling me I'm a nurse, and I'm a registered nurse, and they're saying that I wasn't a registered nurse, and that I wasn't a registered nurse for 23 years, and they're trying to take me away out of this state. Mind you, she's Hispanic, and she's saying that they turned off her electricity because they're trying to heat her out of her home, and just basically saying that somebody in the government or somebody was after her. And I remember being listening to her and trying to understand. And she was like, I have this website where I'm explaining to other people who are going through the same thing, where they're hurting us and they're kicking us out of our houses. They're trying to say that I'm not a U.S. citizen. It was very scary, to the point where I was shivering, because I was I just had a dream that somebody was gonna kidnap me. And at that point I was like, Mom, I told my sister, I was like, you will not understand what just happened until I tell you what just happened. Guess what? And at that point, the reason why I felt like she was the reason why I had the dream, because it was as if I was channeling her energy before I even met her. And I don't know what the fuck happened to that woman, if something bad happened to her, but it was the fact that the dream had nothing to do with me. It had something to do with somebody that I was going to meet a week or two later. And it was very scary, because it was that's why I need to learn. And you guys already know about my fourth dream that I had about my ex-boyfriend, me seeing that he was going to betray me and sleep with somebody that I knew, and come to find out it was true that he was dating somebody that I was really close to. I have a story time on that you guys could go watch. But before I leave, I have something to say. Please, if you have a gift, write it down, talk about it, help people. You don't even have to help people, help yourself, right? Because a lot of us don't seem to understand that we have these spiritual gifts. We just kind of think, oh, it's nothing. No, because if you ask your mom, your dad, your friends, you guys probably have a chain of shit like this happening to you guys, and you guys probably all have gifts. I went to my aunt and I told her about this, and she said, oh, well, your grandpa has the same thing. We just call it the gift. We all have things like that. And yeah, I just feel like it's really cool. It's not a cool thing, but it's a very thing that we have to really look at and take it in. Okay, so with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Every time he texts, yeah, he know I'm gonna slide. He's surprised that his brother wanna fuck, but I ain't even let him, cause he always bustin' nuts. He's surprised, boy, don't look me in my eyes, you already knew, so don't fuck up on my high. He's surprised that his family keep it tucked, but if they see me, yeah, it's up and it's stuck. He fucking with the boss bitch. When he with me, he don't gotta ask the cost is. I leave him in a coffin. If he leave me, then he know what the cost is. Surprise, nigga, open wide.